Right, guys, I've been accused of not listening to people when I've asked for advice, so let's show you a few things, but we're going to get into the video a bit later on. But you see this is a video that I went up a few years ago, 600 odd views. It's got little animation-y type stuff on it. People have said, Anthony, put some animation on there. Yes, it's not full-on animation. I would never have time for that. But here you go. Here's me showing you how long a spear needs to be. It's been up a long time, 600 views. I then go on to parts of the helmet. I spent a long time. It takes me quite a while to get all this done and in there. Obviously, through things like armor and bits of samurai armor. So when people have said, Anthony, do some images, I've done it. I have literally done it. Hardly any views. 500 on that one. So then here's a computer game, 3,000, not bad, but not really. I did this at the same time as Metatron. He got something like 300,000, so it didn't really work. People said change your thumbnails, so I totally did. J. Kane does all my thumbnails now, and they're all really good. People have actually said they're good thumbnails now, but some people say, oh, we're not sure about the thumbnails, but they're professionally done, if you like. So I think the thumbnails are absolutely fine now. But, you know, I've been outside into the wilderness showing you different parts of, you know, getting out there. However, I'll talk about this more later. What did work, obviously, is a very well put together edited video. This is the man who killed a ninja, 61,000 hits. That's what I'm talking about. But that's all down to Ryan Stone. He spent months making that, months. And that was a single video, which took months, so too difficult. I got models out to show you the practicalities. That's now 2,000 hits, which isn't bad, but I'm thinking, okay, is 10,000 hits. 10,000 hits, I'd be all right. But full of models, that took me hours, that one. Like, literally hours, that video to make. And 2,000 hits is not enough for the sort of work of doing, you know, hours of work, if you like. So, but I have done the model thing a few times. I then obviously have put up things like real, actual, practical things. 1,200 views, not really great for sort of fire tool stuff. I have done more of this in the past, it's worked, but you know, it doesn't do great. Here I'm showing about a messenger, and I just want to sort of reiterate that I use the models here. And I've done this on multiple occasions, but look at that, 498 views. How terrible is that? So every time I seem to get the models out, now I bought these models specifically to do this, to teach and to do YouTube. And for some reason, when I get the models out, it all dies. I don't even put in the thumbnail, no models. You know, just models are on, it means it's not going to get many views. So I stopped using models. Right, now I pulled in other people like Les Con, who's wonderful at Chinese history and Chinese stuff, but nobody really cared about that, to be fair. I then pulled in an artist from India who did all that. 1,700 views, not amazing, but you know, it's still a professional artist for computer games did this, and nobody really cared. I reached out to someone in Japan who actually does the guns. I even cut out all the boring bits of the loading and just made it shooty, and look, under 1,000 hits. That is ridiculous. I then moved on to doing TV shows such as Barbarians, and I got 2,000 hits. Same as, again, other people did it and got 250,000 hits. I got 2,000 hits. So, you know, not really worth doing it. I then reached out to people to do a bit of CGI work for me, and that was basically done here. And that has got 600 views. So over the last year or 2 years, I've taken everyone's ideas, put them into practice, except for a podcast, and tried. And you know what? It's actually crumbled my channel. It's done nothing to help. Views are down because I took advice. Right, guys, just let me finish off quickly from the narration. So basically, about 2 years ago, and a year and a half ago, I started taking up everybody's advice, saying, right, what should I do now? As I said, yeah, you've just seen it. Animation, professional artists, gunnery people, all that, come in and done it. And it crashed my channel. It was doing sort of a bit better before that. And then took everybody's advice, I did it all, and my channel crashed. So I'm like, And other people are doing the same video reviews, thing reviews, 200,000 hits, 250,000 hits, just randomly 1,200, 2,000. Right, so guys, I want it to be clear. I hope it's clear from that. I have tried everything that you've said except for podcasts. And the reason I can't do podcasts is because at the end of the day, I've got to live, and I live in the UK, and everybody I need to talk to in America, and it means getting up at 4 a.m, doing a podcast type thing, then putting it all down, going back to bed, getting up again, and then doing a full day's writing work, then research, and then carrying on. And it's just simply, I could not do that. I might do the odd one in the future, but it's still something I've got to try. But my point being is, 99.9% of everything you guys have said, I have tried, and it has failed. So here we go. Why am I asking again? Because I think you're great. Let's carry on. So, first thing I want to say is thank you so much for such an overwhelming response to my channel is dying video. It was amazing. And I've read everything. I couldn't respond to everyone, but I've liked, hearted everything. And if you wrote it on that video, I read it. Okay, so I've taken all of your stuff into account. So thank you very, very much. It was extremely positive and it was amazing. Even the criticisms were excellent. It was really good. So I try and keep this video short. So a massive thank you. But I've got one thing to ask is, where the bloody hell are you lot when I'm doing normal videos? You're all coming on like chatting. I couldn't keep up with the comments. But when I do like a note, so you've all subscribed to a YouTube channel that does ninja and samurai history. And I've had comments like, well, I'm not really finding it interesting, so I don't really, click on the videos. Like, I can't really, that's what I do, historical ninja. If you don't find historical ninjutsu interesting, then, and people say it's not you, Anthony, I'm not a boring teacher. I actually genuinely, do it interestingly. So the subject is not of interest to you. Obviously, I don't want you to subscribe, but maybe that's why the videos are not doing well, because people actually don't like it. And I've said this before, maybe when people say they like ninjutsu, they don't. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, technology, thumbnails, things like that. I don't agree with the technology thing. People have said, get a better camera, get this. I started off with just a laptop little camera. And then somebody said, get a better camera. I got a better one. Somebody said, get a better camera. I got a better one. In the end, I spent $2,000 on this iPad and a microphone. And people are saying, get a better camera. No, I don't think that's going to change anything. And in fairness, a lot of people said, I don't really think that'll change anything. Getting better technology doesn't seem to make a difference. I've done it over the years, spent probably £4,000, £3,000 on technology to up my YouTube stuff, which I could have spent on a holiday. No, it doesn't really help. So there you go. Luckily, this was bought with Natoryu donations, which is excellent, guys. So thank you very much. And thumbnails, I've had people say, with your thumbnails, some of the thumbnails are mine because Jay is busy, but most of the thumbnails are done by Jay. And I think they're pretty good now. So I assume, and people have said, oh, your thumbnail's clickable, but when you get there, it's not. It's just you talking. Well, if it was clickable, people would be clicking it and there'd be more views on the video, wouldn't they? So that can't be right. So just to point that one out. So the thumbnails seem good. The titles seem quite good. But that doesn't seem to draw anyone in. There you go. So let's talk about algorithm. Okay, I probably agree with you on this. I'm not going to say, guys, that algorithm is the reason why my channel doesn't do so well. But I think you're right. Military, war, and all that doesn't do so well on the algorithm. But of course, other people do. So I can't really explain that beyond they've got a really hardcore following that genuinely do it. I really hate saying, oh, what is it? Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button. It's like redundant in my head, but I don't know if it ever works. I don't know. I might start saying it, but I've refused to say it for so long because it's just every man and his dog says it. So how many people have clicked the bell on how many different ones? And to be honest, everybody knows about clicking the bell. So if people are clicking the bell, they know to click the bell on Anthony Cummins if you want to. You know, I know if I'm going to click a bell, I'm like, nah, I'll just see them when I need to see them. Or that's something I want to see all the time. Click the bell. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I had one comment which was a low comment, adverts in the video. Now remember, guys, I have to put one of my books up in the video, otherwise it's pointless. So I had somebody say, you know, Anthony, there's too many, you putting up a book saying buy this, and like, well, if I didn't do that, there wouldn't be a video because the videos are there to support the books. So it's redundant. Like, don't put the book up, then I don't do a YouTube video and the channel doesn't exist. So that one's easy to answer. Do games and content and things like that. Now I've done YouTube series, Netflix series, I've done games and they didn't do well at all. At the same time as Metatron was doing, he got ridiculous numbers, and I uploaded mine within a few hours of his. I watched his, I downloaded some of the shots, I added to his, very positive about his, and I was like, look at this. He got something like 300,000, I got 2,000. At the height of the game being like, yeah. So everybody's saying, do this game, do that game. It's like, well, I don't have the game, and then I'd have to go and do the sort of like, you know, watch the game for hours and then decide whether it's right or wrong. Now, I might try that again, but from doing Netflix series and games, they didn't pay off. The hours of like checking it out didn't pay off and didn't sell me any books and didn't do anything. So at the minute, I will try it again in the future, guys. Once I get to J. Kane's house, I'm going to try that, whatever new game is. I do not do computer games at all. So I will try it and say some stuff. but I don't know. It didn't seem to work in the past. I think we should take a moment here to remember why I'm here, okay? I don't just mean about selling books. Why am I here? I was the guy who went to Japan to train with ninjas. Gave up everything, went to Japan, I'm going to be a ninja, you know, all that malarkey. And I found out it was wrong. I was the only guy stood in a group of 50 people going, that's not right, that's fake, that's clearly not right. And was like, So I set up myself a challenge, which was the question, what did samurai and ninja actually do? That's my goal. So however I get that point across, that's my goal. So what is the history of the ninja? So I have to be careful when I go too far away from that goal on YouTube. So people are misunderstanding. They think, oh, Anthony wants more YouTube views for more book sales, for more money. That's not true. What I want is more YouTube views so people in the world will think, oh, actually there's a difference in ninjutsu, there's a historical ninjutsu, and then a small percentage of that buy my book. I'm not going like YouTube video, buy my book, and then some info. I'm going info, guys, on YouTube. Please take this and put it around for free and use it. And I've seen my videos being raped and used and get a million views when they nicked all the information from me. But what I want is those views so that a small percentage of people can keep my lifestyle going and buy wood. You know what I mean? So I've always got to be, you know, there. I've got to be the main thing. So when we say, let's do modern ninjutsu, yes, okay, I did a book on like how to be a modern ninja, and I did some stuff on it, and the videos didn't do very well. Now I could do more, I understand that, and I will do more on the modern one. So one of the things I'm going to do is the modern ninja one a bit more, but when it steers away from the point of what did historical ninja and samurai do, then I'm no longer doing what I've set out to achieve ever. I'm just getting views for no reason then, so it's a bit redundant. Same as like, oh, do videos on Naruto. Well, what? So if I do a video on Naruto, I sit there and I watch Naruto and I go wrong, 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 and then I do a video on it and go wrong, 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 and then some Naruto fans are gonna be like, you dick, you shit, you are, and I'm gonna be hated by Naruto fans. So I can't do, oh, Naruto's cool. All right, but that's not what I'm doing. How does me seeing what Naruto does get me historical? Now that's what. So what I'm saying, guys, is you might be thinking here, well, show the comparison between real and Naruto. I get that, but this is the same as me versus the Bujikan, the Genbukan, the Jinnakan, and all that. It's like, all I can tell you is what is historical truth. That's it. And the result of that is that side hate me. I've never gone up, and I never gone up and started a problem with anyone. I'm the nicest guy in the world when it comes to that. I hate rudeness. I hate social awkwardness. I hate it. I genuinely despise social awkwardness. I'm always polite, always nice. But they're dicks. They're just horrible. So, you know, it's like, no matter what I do, oh, this ninjutsu is wrong, that ninjutsu is wrong, this channel is wrong, this film is wrong. So the only thing I can think of doing is actually the films, because nobody's really going to defend a film. They're either going to like it or not like it, you know what I mean? Whereas Naruto fans are like, you know, ongoing living series, people are like, die hard. Nobody's really a die hard Last Samurai fan. They like the film, but it was done and went on. So I don't really want to go into the let's do Naruto problems when I'm just going to get attacked left, right, and centre, and nobody's really going to buy the book from it, if you know what I mean. So I think that's what would happen there. So I better not. Shorter videos, totally agree with this. Yes, I probably should do shorter videos. Should they be scripted? Should not? So I got a bit of I literally split in the middle. I said, should we do like Shogunate scripted videos? His channel started at nothing, bypassed mine, gone straight up because he's done like pictures and all this. Now I did use one picture. I had a couple of strikes against my channel from years ago because I'd used like some classical music strike and it stayed with me, and classical music on some strike. I got loads of strikes, and then in the end they sort of wore away and I had 2 left. And there's that guy called Good Karma, the worst name in the world for that gentleman. And I'd used one of his pictures. I just Google searched it as a thumbnail. I didn't know who it was. I'd put it up, and I got a strike, and it cost me £1,500. I was earning 1,000. So Good Karma cost me. He owes me £1,500. I'll be taking it out of him when I see him as well. He's cost me that. So hello, Good Karma. Let's meet in Japan. You owe me some cash. So basically, I used to get paid about £1,500 a year from YouTube, which is not much, but you know, it's about a month's wage. Well, at the time, it was average. So that strike. So if I'm like taking pictures like the Shogunate or from places, if I'm not 100% certain where where they are, I could lose my monetization. So I don't know how the show going to get away with it, to be fair, because one copyright strike just ends your monetization sometimes. You know, it's like depending on where your channel is. So I was like, no, I've got to be careful. So I'll get to that, where I'm going to go with that at the end. I'll get to that in a bit. So basically, my video's long. This is going to be a long video because I'm trying to answer everyone's questions. So, but yes, I need to shorten my video. So do I do scripts? Do I make them shorter? Probably I have to make them shorter. I have done shorter videos in the past. I did the 1 minute samurai with all the little animations and it crashed to 300. So I don't know. Some people, and then at the same time, I was talking to Metatron quite a lot, Raf, and it was like, your videos at the algorithms at minute need to be above this length, not short. And then they need to say this. I was like doing all that and I was all like, my brain was frazzled. And it didn't make a slight bit of difference. In fact, it crashed. The only difference it made is I did longer videos. I did short videos and it crashed, or I did long videos and it crashed. You know, it just goes like that. So I would be happy with about 10,000 views per video. Like, seriously happy with that. That would be like well worth me doing up. From that, a fraction of the people would be buying the books. And each time 10,000 people watch it, I would get some better money on here. And my books would be selling, the publisher would be happy, and that would then spread out. I'd be so happy with 10,000 views. But at the minute, mine have crashed down to under 500. So I used to get 3,000-4,000, I'd be all right with that. But I'm like, come on, let's build this up to 10,000 views each. And then it just went, after I tried everybody's bloody ideas, it just went from the thousands to the hundreds after I'd just got all the stuff at the beginning. I was like, now I'm not saying it's your guys' fault. You guys did, I thought it was good advice, but it didn't work. So what I'm trying to get across is I did take that advice, I did do it, and it totally backfired. Now, people have emailed me and sent me links to algorithm this and do that and videos on algorithms. The simple fact is, guys, I am actually not going to bother with that because I have tried to track this YouTube algorithm. Like I said, I was talking to Metatron, who does a superb channel. His channel is excellent. And it was one of those where I was like, I can't keep up with this. You got to change this, now length, now this, now that. And I'm like, okay, so I don't think I can beat the algorithm. I don't think so. Either YouTube is going to support my videos or not. But I think what needs to happen is you guys need to go on all the... if there's 200 of you out there, guys, who've put out... By the way, when I got all the sort of like heartwarming, lovely comments, I mean, they were so nice, guys, and I genuinely have watched them all. I was like, yeah. Then I looked at the comments score, it's like 200. I was like, 250, 300. I was like, the exact amount of people that watch my videos, 300. So all of you, 300 dedicated, it's an anti-cummins video, gave me support. I was like, come on, yes. And then I realized, I was like, that's not really good, actually, because that's the 300 people that you guys are there. You're my core audience, amazing. And I wish we could all sit in a room and have a chat. I wish I could email you all, but I can't. I'm just so stuck for time. And so my point, where is my point? Train of thought. Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne, name that song, Crazy Train. Anyway, I forgot where I was going. So basically, guys, I don't know. I'll think about where I was going with that one. Right, martial arts. This is a catch-22 situation. Boom. I have trained in martial arts since I was a wee little nipper. I've loved it. I come from a roughish area, Salford. I'm sure you've heard of Salford, Manchester. You fight. I was born in Oldham. You fight. You go to Salford. You fight. And you get to a certain age where you just stop fighting and you get old and decrepit like me. But the point being is, I've always enjoyed martial arts. I've always been, you know, where you grew up in an area where you have to sort of know how to fight or sort of like, you know what I mean, know the score is. It's all changed now. It's all very nice and gentrified. But when I was a kid, it wasn't so nice. And you used to sort of get in some trouble. And basically, so what I'm trying to say is, I don't dislike martial arts. I love martial arts. But I decided when I started this channel to remove martial arts. Not wholly, but to sort of remove it. But when I got into the Bujinkan thing, because I was like, right, Anthony, you're going to be like doing a channel saying how ninjutsu is not a martial art. Remember, this is back then. And then showing martial arts. Maybe now is the time. In fact, now is the time for me to start showing martial arts. I quite like it. And I've got a bit of a beef with swordsmanship. You know what I mean? With Koryu swordsmanship. I don't think it's bad by any means. And I know the Koryu people out there apparently are starting to hate me. Like it's going, ninja people hate me, Koryu people hate me. I've never been horrible to anyone. Never. And they're all just knobs, apparently, because they just... I get emails all the time saying, Anthony, the things that go around about you is just ridiculous. They're lies. It's always lying. It's terrible. But at the moment, we're in COVID. I can't do anything. So actual martial arts, I can't show you because I've literally, you can't really see it, but there's 1 meter space here, a meter space there, a table and a half a meter space there. This is an old Welsh cottage. People said, how did Anthony live in such a massive house? It ain't massive. It's about 3.5 meters by 4 meters in this room, and the other room is 3.5 meters. It's a tiny wool cottage where they used to do wool and stuff like that. Now, the reason everybody thinks it's big is because it's got an inglenook fire, and the inglenooks are massive. Now, the reason inglenooks are big is because you need big fires in these to keep the house warm. And Victorians invented, so this was a pre-Victorian house, which means the fires are big, but the house is small. And if you don't know about fire construction, the later it got, Victorians got tiny little fires, but it pushed everything back out. And we now have thingy fires, the glass fires, which push out more heat than the Victorians did. So anyway, that's why. So I do not have space to sort of show you martial arts. So I need to go out and I need somebody to hold a camera and I need a buddy to do martial arts with. I live near nobody. I'm 2.5 hours away from Jay Kane, who's the closest person to do it. And when he comes in, we can't really do anything. So I have to hire a hall to do it. It's not just like, I'm going to show you. I'm sure we could probably do it outside, but it's Wales. It rains all the time. These are not excuses, guys. I genuinely will be doing martial arts. But it's COVID. It's been COVID for a year now, and we couldn't do it. Luckily, Andrew Throwburn's come back. I can go up to the dojo in Northeast, but that's like 5 hours from here. So I have to travel for 5 hours to do a couple of videos, to drive 5 hours. Right, that's 2 days of travel to do a video for YouTube when I've probably only got about 30 minutes a day. So at the moment, I'm getting some kits sent over from America, which is like HEMA samurai stuff. I've got some translations to do with Yagyu Shinkagyu and to do with Book of Five Rings, Gordon no Show. And I will be doing them. But we have to wait for COVID to end. I need a partner. I need to hire a hall, which is going to cost me. And I need to set it up. Then I've got to pay Jay to edit everything. So it's not so easy. If it was just prop up some ear and show you some martial arts, well, I've tried it and you've seen me sort of like dink at the ceiling and it's not really worked. So, but martial arts will come on this channel. And it's time for me to reintroduce martial arts and discuss if Japanese swordsmanship is correct or not. Or if it, not that it's not wholly incorrect, does it need changing a little bit? Okay, finally, well, not finally, but one of the main fine things is practical things. People say, Anthony, you're not a YouTuber. One of the best comments I had on here was they said, Anthony, you're not a YouTuber, you're a teacher. And they said, you're a good teacher and you're enthusiastic and that's your role, but you're not a YouTuber. And he was, I think it was he, so correct. So basically, I have 30 minutes a day to do YouTube. I work all day, typing, getting research done. I have 30 minutes a day. I can't take those 30 minutes and add it to a Friday to make a 4-hour video. I can't do that. So what I'm going to have to do, though, is some way to find a chunk of time where I can do outdoors practical things, such as martial arts, etc. And I'll be doing more practical things, but also outdoors demonstrations, something like that. And getting down to shogunate style videos. So I will try some shogunate style videos. I'm a bit worried about the copyright strikes on pictures, but let's just avoid Good Karma. And what's funny about Good Karma is he did that, he lost me that money, and he's called his channel Good Karma. I'm sure he's not getting good karma. He's really bad, horrible, nasty to me. And he literally must have the worst karma in the world. Not good karma at all. Trying to attack people for no real reason. Like an email would have been like, Anthony, could you please remove a picture or pay me for it? I'd be like, yeah, it's like, how much do you want for the payment on it? But no. So Good Karma will get his karma comeuppance, I'll tell you that. I've lost my train of thought again. Ozzy Osbourne. So basically, I will try and do. So in the future, this is what I'm going to do. So here we go. We're going to do what's the future of Anthony Gomes. I'm not shutting the channel down, guys. But what had happened is the 200 or 300 people out there had got in a cycle of asking me questions and I was answering them daily. And people have just said, Anthony, there's too many. It's like 5 a week and it's too many. So the majority of you, most people, so from the 3,000 people watching down to like a few hundred, have said there's too many videos. So I'm just going to but the Metatron all them said the algorithm needs you to have a video every day. So I was like, geez, it's trying to keep up with algorithms and that, but that's a bit outdated information now. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to try to put together on some Fridays and stuff, some better, more not scripted, I like scripted, but better, more pictures in my videos so that you can see them. I'll try to make them shorter. Also, I will try to get outside and do more practical things and I'll try to add some actual demonstrations. But I do need a cameraman. That's my problem. Is I film everything on the iPad, and I can't go out in the Welsh Hills with like a stick and an iPad on it running around going, this is me, you know, what do I do? You can't. I need somebody to film me, and my girlfriend's 5 hours away. We have to see each other once a month, so I'm literally like, don't have a cameraman and can't really set up something. And it's all the only place around here is a windy hill, like, and people then say, you can't hear you. I'm like, I know. So I'm not set up for outdoors stuff. And to be fair, I did some outdoor stuff and everybody ignored it, you know. So anyway, what's going to happen is nothing's going to change at the minute, except for in the next few weeks, I'm going to stop taking people's questions. So what was happening is we're getting in this routine of people asking me a question, I was answering another question, and the same people just got into a regular email. Can you answer this question? And I thought, yeah, why not? But actually, it was just crashing my views. So I'm sorry, guys, I'm going to have to stop answering people's questions. I'll keep a note of them if they're good questions, you know what I mean? But I think I'm just going to have to go to 1, 2, or 3 videos a week. We're going to carry on at the minute with about 3 videos a week. And then by the end of the year, I'm going to try and cut this down to 1 video, which is well structured, and another video that is me just doing something. So a well structured video of outdoors, practical, or, you know, Shogunate style one, down to one of me just saying it. And if I get a chance to do a 3rd one in the week, just a quick answer of a question I've thinking, then I'll do it. So there won't be any drastic change yet, but I will be sort of like trying to change it towards the end of the year and see if that helps. If that doesn't help, God knows. So for you guys out there, I've never hidden the fact. I don't hide the fact. I don't believe in hiding these facts. I am not a rich man. I'm a poor man. I could earn more working at McDonald's. You know, they're not on bad wages compared to me. I'd be like, give me some wages. But I have a wonderful life. I wake up in the morning. I make my little herb tea. I study whatever, and I write about that. And the publisher's like, what's next, Anthony? And money comes in, and I'm happy. And I'm really happy as a person. So the book sales are okay, but it seems the YouTube is crashing. So that's a weird one. To me, it's like, is the heavens saying, give up YouTube, your book sales are fine. They're not like massively high, but over 2020, 2021, they started going up and YouTube has started going down. So what's actually happened is book sales were low, YouTube was high, and we've crashed up like that now. So I could technically give up YouTube, but I don't want to, because like I've said, I have a personal relationship, obviously not with each person, but you guys know me. I see your names coming up. We have a good chat. You guys are helping me. I've just remembered what the other one was about. 200 or 300 people commenting. Why don't you 200 or 300 people always post my videos on Facebook if you've got a Facebook account? Imagine if only half of you did that. That's every day, or every time I upload, 100 people putting me out there. I'm sure it would get bigger. So please, instead of like click this bell, you know, notification, just post it somewhere, the video. What do you think to this? I've also had people say they're not really interested in the esoteric side, but whenever you do ninjutsu, if you mention Mikio and Kuji, which Kuji, one of my best videos actually, it's done loads, people love it, but then people say, I don't really like the magical side or the esoteric side or the yin-yang side. You're like, you don't really like ninjutsu then, do you? You know what I mean? Or you don't really like samurai culture, because it was mad with it, and there's loads more to come. So I'm sorry guys, when it comes to esoteric stuff, I am going to have to keep doing that. I'm going to have to keep doing it. God, this video is getting long. Right, let's try and wind it up. And one of the last ones is Nato Ryu. Now, people have said, oh, we don't, you know, some people have a bit of a thing about Nato Ryu, or it's Anthony, connected to Anthony Cummins and everything. But this is why Nato Ryu exists, right? I started all this. Remember, I went to Japan. I'm going to learn to be a ninja. I'm going to climb up walls and do backflips and everything. Yeah. Turns out that was all wrong, all rubbish. So I went on the search to find out what's actually right. And you know what? I could have picked up Chikamatsu's school. Chikamatsu's got tons of stuff I could have had translated. I could have gone with Iga Ryu Ninjutsu and just recreated myself in Iga Ryu Ninjutsu. But what stuck out the most was that, and Yoshie pinned this, she nailed this on the head. She went, Nato Ryu is literally all of samurai from every angle. She said, there's a bit from the shinobi, there's a bit from the esoteric, there's a bit from the lord, there's a bit from a soldier's point of view. Natori Sanjuro Masazumi was a real samurai, a real shinobi, not high ranking, you know, it's a complicated, but with high ranking people, very well educated, real samurai. He has no idea I exist. He died long ago. He had no idea we would be bringing it back. Whether he likes that idea or not, I don't know. He might be, up in heaven going. But the point is I took a long time to pick Natoryu, and I could have picked Chikamatsu. I could have picked anything. But of all of them, Natoryu was the one that could be brought back and show people how samurai. So my question is, what did samurai and ninja really do? That is what they did. So if people are picking up Natoryu, and I've had hardened samurai nutters pick up Natoryu and say, it's too complicated. Jay's actually going to do a video this week on my other channel, Natoryu, about why Natoryu is too complicated. But the thing is that's what samurai did. So now people are like, oh, Natoryu, that's just Anthony's thing. That's not Anthony's thing. That's Natori Sanjuro Masazumi's thing. You know, the guy who wrote the Shoninki. You know, the very famous ninja guy. That's his thing. I have just decided that that is the one thing that is singularly together that you could recreate and bring back that would tell you what the samurai and ninja really did. So I've had advice to sort of like divide Natoryu from it and be careful. I cannot. Natoryu is there, so you guys either can join it and being part of a samurai school, or see what a samurai school is built up like in the old ways. How it was before it became, you know, moved into the Koryu system. I'll do more about Koryu and all that. So anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. The main message I want to get across from this video is thank you. Thank you so much for the support. I can't help but be so happy. I just wish it was 10,000 people. By 12 years of work, I'm getting 250 people after 12 years of work. And I've slogged my guts out for hours on end, and 250 people are liking it. Now, I don't mind that I'm getting it, that I've got these enemies around the world and all that. In actual fact, I had a lot more enemies in the old days. Oh, controversy. Right, so basically, one of the old enemies in the old days. I get that. But actually, I've got less now. But there's a new breed coming. The Koryu people are coming. And don't worry, I'm going to be doing some Koryu stuff as well. But I've never intended it to be an argument. And I always intend it to be a discussion and say, hey guys, what about this? Could you tell me your side of it? I'll tell you my side of it. And we'll see where we end up to get a better understanding of the samurai. Oh, you're a dick. Oh, so imagine me walking up to someone in the street and saying, let's say there's a preacher on the street, and I'd say, I've got some ideas. I've read the Bible, but I don't think it's quite correct. And I've done some archaeology, I've done some history. Could we get together, have a chat, and see where we could meet in the middle to find out what is, you know, a really good understanding of biblical times in the Bible? Oh, you dick. Oh, right. I hate you. Okay, then. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly what happened. Right, guys, this video is going to be mega long now. So after this, I'll be doing short videos. And, oh, yeah, what was it? So, yeah, controversy. Yes, I agree. I've had lads tell me, when it was controversial, Anthony, you were big. And everybody says now you're redundant because it's not controversial. And I agree wholeheartedly it is. But there's no point in trying to make enemies. If you go back to my first videos on here, the Shinobi Soldier series, and I've got one that's sort of like Don't Trust Ninja Masters. I mentioned no one's name. I just said martial arts. Ninjutsu is not a martial art. Wow, I got death threats. I've fought to sword fights. People photographing my house. I'm sure somebody tried to grab my car once. I'm not sure. There was a couple of things that went on online. People have said they're going to come kill me at seminars, or they're just going to come to a seminar. Said they're going to invade my Japanese seminars. They're going to do all this. None of them have done now because they're soft lads and proper butter next to a fire, really. Come on. And but they've just been horrible. So controversy I could do, but it would just make too many enemies and maybe bad karma and negative things. And I don't really want to do that. I want to open up people's minds to possibly a new way. But unfortunately, most Koryu people, most Bujigan people, most that are closed-minded. So you go up to them and say, I've got some information here. I've not made it up off the top of my head. Here's a chunk of scrolls. Here's my academic, you know, I've literally got a master's degree from one of the better universities in England. I'm not an amazing academic. I'm not amazing, but it's solid. Here's my argument. Here's the information. Here's the backup scrolls. I hate you. Oh, okay then. You're clever, aren't you? So they're pretty much closed-minded thickos, really, you know. And if you're one of those people like, I hate Anthony Cummins, then I doubt it, because there's very few people in the world that hate me when they've met me. They're usually like, he's a bit overbearing because he's a bit hyper. And people say, you want cocaine, Anthony? No, I hate drugs. I hate drugs with a passion. And I'm just this hyper. Right, guys. So if for those people who've made it all the way to the end of this video, which I'm sure there won't be many, thank you very much. For those people who commented, thank you. For those people who support my channel, thank you. For those people who don't like me, maybe just open up your eyes a bit and see what he's got to say, what's going on. Beyond that, guys, We will be changing the channel, but it'll be a slow, nice change. And if by next year, 2022, by the end of 2022, it's still not working, I'll think about maybe doing a video every once a month to sort of keep you guys interested. But beyond that, so there's no plan to shut the channel down at the minute, but there is plans to try and move it. I'm going to take your final advice, or which I can, and go down that route. All right, guys, I'm sure that video is over 30 minutes long now. I have no idea. See you later. Good luck.